A little barra had a go at that tiny little lure, folks. We'll get him later on in the show, I hope. Welcome to magnificent Kakadu, and I'm here with Darwin Recreational Fisheries Officer Phil Hall. And this is part of the East Alligator system. And Phil, quite amazingly, they call this the rock pool.
It's one of the prettiest places you're likely to see, Rex.
My missus said to me on the phone last night to bring her up here again. Now, that is a very, very good indication that this is a nice place. We're here to have a look at the scenery, and I'm sure the folks at home are going to have a good time. But we're also here to do a little bit of piscatorial hunting, in brackets fishing.
You bet. I think we might go and have a look at some logs down the bottom end of the rock hole there. They normally produce a few fish, and then we can head down into the tidal reaches where we'll be fishing mainly on the colour changes of the runoffs where the floodplains, water off the floodplains enters the main stream. Sounds
all right to me. So we're actually going south in the East Alligator.
That's right, yeah.
Well, Horace Greeley went west, young man. We're going south, old men. Stick with us, folks. I'm sure you're going to have a ball in magnificent Kakadu. Hang around. Kakadu is Australia's largest national park. It covers approximately 20,000 square kilometres and is a World Heritage listed area for both its cultural and natural heritage. The park protects one of the finest and most extensive rock art collections in the world, along with an amazing array of plant and wildlife. Kakadu is renowned for its natural beauty and magnificent wetlands, and the East Alligator River is no exception. It forms the border between Kakadu National Park and Arnhem Land. The best fishing on the river occurs after the wet season, when the roads become accessible.
Yeah, Rex.
Good man.
Not a bad fish,
Oh,
Rex.
good fish.
60 centimetres. Oh, look at the shark after him there, Rex.
Oh, shark.
Yeah.
Get away from him.
Yeah.
Well, didn't he snaffle that?
Yeah, he's about 65 centimetres, I reckon, Rex.
Very, very nice fish. Wow.
There he is, mate.
What a beautiful fish.
Hmm.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with him, mate. Look at that, folks.
Good on you, mate.
Have a look at him. I tell you, he's in pretty fair nick, isn't he?
He's got him all that one prong right on the end of the snout.
Yeah, look at that.
Do the honours, mate.
Yeah. There we go. Gonna hurt you at all, mate. Just want to get that out of you. Oh, what a lovely fish.
A bit thicker through the body. He's been feeding well, I'd say, that boy.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I'll give him a little bit of a peck.
Hmm.
You can pop him back there, mate.
No worries.
Very nicely done. Early in the morning on the floodplain. Early on the morning in the floodplain. Just on the turn of the tide. The magpie geese, the goannas. I think all nature's on my side.
That's a beauty, Rex. Mind if I don't harmonise, though?
You're very sincere, Phil.
I know.
You don't like me singing, do you?
Well, mate, I'll refrain from commenting there. Let's just go fishing.
Thank you very much. Oh, he grabbed it there, Philip.
What you got there, mate?
I don't know what I've got. It doesn't appear to be a barra. It's got some weight in it.
That's a shark.
A shark? You're joking.
It's like a whaler, mate. Yeah, a little river whaler.
I felt a bump and I thought, look at that. That is quite amazing. On a lure.
Yeah, he's eating that.
Hasn't he eaten that? Oh, gee, mate, he's done me old doing the crocodile roll. The housewife and the canine doing the crocodile roll. So you call that a river whaler? Did
Yes,
you?
mate, yeah. Around the back of the head's the best
Yeah, I
shot,
think
mate.
it's. I think that's what I'm going to do, Phil.
Good grip on him.
I'll get my hand out of there for a minute.
Yeah.
Don't do this, kids.
They're dangerous little critters. These.
Don't do it. Don't handle sharks. Dad, he can handle them. He can afford to lose his fingers. Do you need your fingers for counting, kids? Look at that. Gee whiz. I thought it might be a barramundi. It's certainly not a barramundi. It's a whaler shark. Gee whiz, you just don't know what's below the surface, do you? No. Well, he's done a good job on that lure. If only we could talk shark. There you go, mate. Oh, yes, mate. Look, I wouldn't hurt you. Pardon me. What have you been on the pickled onions? This bloke has every right to live his life. He's part of the environment. I tell you what, we might just put you down here, mate. Give you a little bit of a swim. Where are you going? Under the boat? To your right, he is. Go on, under you go. And he's gone. Well, a shark on a lure. How about that? Doesn't matter whether it's a shark or a barra, it's just nice being here, isn't it? And that's why we have the big heavy trace and the big long lure, because without it, chomp. The East Alligator, Phillip, a pretty serious waterway.
It's one of our bigger inland tidal rivers, Rex, yeah. Really works best just after the wet. There's an upper reach to it beyond the crossing. We might go and have a look at some of the very pretty country up there later into the rock hole. I know it's one of your favourite spots.
It is, yeah. Well, is it a serious barra river, this?
This time of the year, it's one of our more productive rivers. As you know, there's no commercial fishing allowed in any of the Kakadu rivers, and there's only certain Kakadu waterways that are accessible to recreational fishermen.
I've been all over the world, and I can tell you now, I'm absolutely elated, because this is the very rare long stem prairie weedfish.
Hang on, mate, I'll get the net.
Now look at that.
Righto.
Long stem prairie weedfish. I don't know whether it's the same that Joe Cocker indulges in, folks. It smells all right to me.
Rex, right up near the boat there, look.
Well done, Phil. It's a nice fish.
Get out of there. No, there's only a rat.
Yeah, you need grab it. Beautiful.
Just about under the boat again, Rex.
Yeah, look at that. He's not going to get off, is he?
Nah.
Very nicely done, Philip. Well, have a look at that. That's a perfect example of what we're talking about here. We'll lay him upside down and see if he'll sit there, just like Jimmy Allen does with the trout. And just get the hook out of him there. It's a barramundi, Phil, probably not even a year old.
It'd be about a year old, Rex, yeah.
Yeah. Tell us a bit about, we've been through the life cycle a lot of time, folks, but it's an interesting life cycle.
Yeah, you hear people say, you know, the importance of a big wet season, a good wet season. If we have poor rains, what happens is that the little fish like this, which are spawned near the mouths of rivers, can't make it up into these crucial wetland habitats where they're really barramundi nurseries, Rex.
Yeah.
If the rain doesn't come heavy enough so that the inland billabongs link up, enabling passage through to them, the fish just are confined to a marine environment where predation is a major negative impact on them.
Certainly is. I'll just pop him back and let him swim again another day. Off you go, mate. Look at that.
A lot of those little fish around.
Yeah, there are. And that's what we've got at the moment, folks. A lot of little fish. I'm going to put a bit more sunscreen on, keep the water level up, keep the liquids going. And somewhere, sometime today, it'll happen. But barramundi fishing just ain't going out and hitting the jackpot. Some people do. They say it's easy. Well, it might be easy, but it's also very, very satisfying to be able to come here when the fish are off the bite and then show you people what persistence will do. The little barra, right from day one, they're predators. Let's hope Grandma and Grandpa aren't too far away.
Got him, Rex?
Gee, what? I tell you what,
How's he feel?
a bit of weight about him, I don't know.
Yeah?
Philip, who knows at this stage? Not doing a lot. It's definitely a fish and a bit of a kick there.
Another one of them sharks.
It might well be. But this has got a real thump about it. If I was fishing in Port Phillip Bay, I'd be saying jewfish. No jewfish up here, I don't think, folks. I reckon this is a barramundi. We'll get some idea in a minute, because he's heading across there into that area.
You don't want to jump. Here he comes.
Oh, he's going to come up, is he?
Yep.
Oh, look at this. He's going to come up.
Not quite.
But I reckon it's a barra.
Yeah, it's a barra, all right.
Oh, yeah, but sometimes, Phil, the nice-sized barra, they don't come out, do they?
Often they don't, no.
Come away from there.
Yeah, we don't want him in that weed.
Come out of there. I reckon he might go in there, actually. We might have to up and come out of there. Oh, look at that bow wave out there.
He's a good
Oh, wacko.
8 or 9 kilos by the way.
Hey, he's a serious fish, isn't he?
He's a good one.
Oh, gee, but didn't he do the right thing by us by going to the right instead of into that? Because he could have really made life difficult for us, folks. He's on a lure. He knows everything's not right, because when he wants to go somewhere, he can feel this strain against him, and he thinks, gee, I'm not quite so sure whether I want to be on Rex's show just yet. He hit that like there was no tomorrow. Oh, look at that bow wave. Oh, serious fish. Yeah. Yeah. Yibbida yibbida, folks. A serious fish. Look at that. A little bit of displacement, hey?
He's in that 10 kilo range, Rex, I reckon.
Yeah, he's a serious fish. He is a serious barramundi.
That's all right. Lead him around that way.
I just say again, folks, you've got to have a properly tuned drag, because when the fish wants to go that way and the line is fully stretched, that's when breaking strain comes into it. She's all over Red Rover because the angler's patience is down the gurgler. He's made a beautiful, beautiful start to this particular sortie. And all we want to do now is actually land him. And we're going to take our time, folks. Sit back and relax and just see how you can have so much enjoyment from angling these species and then putting them back for someone else to have the same fantastic enjoyment. He's certainly not done yet because, oh, he's a serious fish. He's serious fish, serious. When he goes down, we don't pull up. We hold him away from the boat and the motor, and he's probably got it. There he goes again. Gee, I tell you what, his tail is making some indentation into that water there, Philip.
Yeah.
You ever tire of this?
No, never.
Oh, you know I don't.
That's why a lot of us have come to Darwin, Rex.
Yeah, well, after the footy, they all head up the Noosa and sit in there in the lounges on the beach in the G-strings, and Lynn and I come up here, mate, with the barramundi lures. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is a serious, serious barramundi. Wacko.
Not too bad at all, Rex.
Oh, I tell you what, how good is that? And just hooked too. And it's important, folks, too, some of our imported lures, not so much our local lures, which are right onto the importance of having very strong hooks. They've got some tinsy hooks from overseas, and we just can't get through their thick skulls that we need some serious hooks for these magnificent fish. A barramundi. As I said, folks, I'm not saying how big it is. You just have a look for yourself. And this baby's going back because she's a female, and she's going to produce millions of magnificent barramundi for you people all around the world. I tell you what, this is just sensational. Come on, baby. Look, she wants to go. She wants to go. You going to go for me? Go on. Off she goes. heart of the earth, aren't we?
Certainly are, mate.
This is the Arafura Sea. Across there, Cape Don Lighthouse, which is part of the northwest tip of Arnhem Land. Down there, Bathurst and Melville Island. And if you made it over there without taken by Noah's Ark, you'd end up in Indonesia. And this is Rex's Cay. Have you got some good memories?
Rex's Cay. We were here in 94, we came back again in 96, and regular watchers of the program will know that we really got into some action then. But for those of you who missed it, just have a look at this. Oh, he's going to take off in a minute, Rex.
I tell you what.
There he goes.
I reckon I hit him on the head, mate. Well, folks, I hope that whetted your appetite, because I tell you what, I got a good feeling about today's shoot. The tide is on the wane, so the area is going to become more exposed. And in tennis parlance, yibbida yibbida, linesman ready, ball boys ready, play. Thank you, Justin. Trouble. Getting back to that syndrome that these big predators prey on these smaller fish. And to get a big shark up, we need a bit of a bait, a lure. We need a trevally, a queenfish, little mackerel, something like that. So I've got myself... Oh, I just had a bit of a touch then. And what I'm doing is... There's nothing wrong with a rod or reel or me. I feel like I've got a bit of a nip, you know. What I'm doing is putting on that vital attraction to the lure that this bait fish is out here and he doesn't want to be out here. He wants to get home with his mum and dad. So, got the high-speed lures out, because these pelagics are lure-crunching cannibals, folks. You better believe me.
Now, there's definitely some fish coming across this shallow water into the deep water. In fact, there's a pod of them right there. I'll get the lure well out in front of them. Let it sink a little bit. And then start a fairly fast retrieve. Oh, yes! Whoa! Oh, he's not a real big fish, but he absolutely hammered that bucktail jig. I think we got our bait, Rex. Oh, I think it's either a trevally or a little... No, it's a queenie. Nice little queenie. It's funny, we've got the deep water on this side of the flat and the shallow water behind us, but the fish are actually coming across from the shallow water. They're scurrying out of there on the last of the run-out tide. I've seen a couple of sharks too. I don't think Rex is going to have any trouble getting a shark hook up on one of these baits. Oh, this will be a perfect bait. What I'm throwing here is just a little bucktail jig. I absolutely love bucktail jigs in this sort of setup. Whoa, he's a frisky little queenie. They're a bit like a fly. They don't have a lot of action in the water, but you can crank them nice and fast. And most fish absolutely love them, including these little queenies. This will be a beaut bait. I'll just take it over and give it to Rex. Oh, perfect shark bait. Yes! Yes! Oh. What I've got here is a nice little golden trevally. I saw him snooping across the flats. Put the bucktail jig in front of him and bingo. We've caught some big ones on the show up in Cape York. We chased the big ones at Fraser Island. This is only a little fella by those standards, but they all pull hard and they're all good-looking fish. And it'll be superb bait and burley for Rex's shark fishing venture. I'll just ease him in here. The nice thing about the goldies is there's no sharp spines or anything on them. I'll get a nice little tail grab on him. Look at the fins on that. Look at the colour on that fish. Isn't that absolutely beautiful?
Well, it looks like Steve has got enough bait for us to start doing what we wanted to do. We're going to set up a burley trail. And whether you're fishing for brim or whiting, small sharks or big sharks, what you've got to do is concentrate the fish that you want to target into your area. And the way you do that is with a little bit of burley. Just discriminately entering into the system tiny little bits of food. Just like me at the old Sunday school picnic. Just a little bit of fairy bread, a few sausage rolls, and then I went, Hopefully the fish will do the same thing.
There's a few starting to come in already, Rex. They're not real big, but they're in the mood.
It's great, Stephen. Got a bit of
There you go.
slab
Nice
there.
slab there. That should just about work on that big hook.
But what I was talking about there, folks, that Stephen's just letting these little bits of flesh just drop into the system. You probably won't be able to see it, but there's a number of fish down there, and most of them are garfish. And what we look for then when we're wearing these glasses, which are polarised with their lenses, we'll see the shark move in, and then we'll actually cast to the shark with this light gear. And this is fantastic. Okay, this is about a 10-0 hook. Goes up with a bit of nylon-coated wire. It's just a matter of going through the skin probably twice, and that's going to be an absolute tasty morsel. We go up there to where the line is just attached with a simple half blood knot. And so I've got spider wire on, about 10 kilos, so we should be able to handle a decent sort of a shark here. Look at the fish coming up this burley trail here. You probably can get a shot of them there, Noel. There's just a tiny little garfish in the system. And what we're waiting for is a shadow to come up. And when that shadow moves, old Rexy starts to get a little bit excited. Oh, isn't he a big bloke? Yeah, and I've got, you know what's happened, don't you? You know what's happened, and you know what will happen.
He is going to go.
Oh, no. Oh, no. This is going to be, folks, a Mera Hiroshima. Now, he's just going to erupt because he doesn't know he's got my bait at the moment, but when I give him a little bit of a whammo, like that,
Oh! Oh, look at him go, Rex. Oh, you might stand a chance
I
with...
tell you what. Oh, he spit it. He
Why
spit
don't you
it.
get the bigger gear, Rex?
I think we might get the bigger gear in a moment. I'll send someone up, but I tell you what, isn't he good? He's actually coming up again. He didn't even know he was on. Didn't even know he was on. Look at that.
Tease him in close, but I think I'd wait for that heavier gear.
Didn't even know he was on, that bloke.
He's a big shark,
Isn't
Rex.
he a big shark?
Couple of 100 pounds, that bloke.
Oh, look at that. He just sort of thought, you beauty. He's doing circles. He might come back.
Serious bait, serious shark. Just through me.
Look at the size of him. Now, folks, what we've got here is a serious shark, so we need a serious bait. And look at the sharks in behind him. Oh, look. It's all happening here, as Richie Benno would say. Look at those little blokes there. Look, they'll just grab that, I reckon, and just show you exactly how absolutely hungry and starving they are. We'll just pull it through the water and get the scent going, and that's what it's all about. You'll see them. They'll come up and they'll have a go at that. Come on. Up you come. Here he comes. He's going to come up and he'll actually eat that. Look at that.
Maybe he does have... Oh, here's the big one.
Oh, the big one. Oh, isn't he a big bloke? You idiot, Stephen.
I know, I did bad. I thought I'd be able to get it away from that little bloke.
He's taken a whole lot. And there's two of them there, two big ones. Look.
Give us some line, Rex, and I'll feed it to the big ones for you.
Okay, now, look at the size of that shark.
Not right on top of his head, obviously.
Look at the size of that shark. Oh. Big sharky, folks. You were swimming, you wouldn't be swimming. He's onto it now.
He's onto it. Yes, he has
He's
got it.
Yeah. All right, well, we just let the line go out.
Look at the turtle here, Rex.
Turtle coming up. Yeah, look at that.
Look at him wallowing around on the surface.
He's trying to digest it. We're going to upset his lunch.
Oh!
The turtle's off too.
Yes, it's all happening.
Come on.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't he
In
a
fact,
beauty? Isn't he
You know
a
what it is? It's a leopard shark.
A leopard shark.
Yep. They're not a renowned fighting fish.
No, I can see that. Don't ever talk about the blue shark. So, the answer record won't be broken here, mate.
No. If he peels any line, I'll be very surprised.
Tell us a bit about the leopard shark.
Well, as you can see, he's a big, docile sort of critter. They eat shellfish and mollusks, and they clean up all the rubbish around the place. They grow very big. I've
Do
seen
they?
photos of them 3 metres
He's a
long.
pretty-looking shark.
The divers love,
Is he
love
a
playing
toothy?
with them. He's got small, sharp teeth. I'll grab that leader and we'll pull him in here and have a look. Hopefully we can just get the hook out. It's a fair lump of a shark, Rex.
He's a nice shark. He's pretty, isn't he? Oh, you can see now why they call him a leopard shark, don't you? Eh?
Yes.
Isn't he a beauty? He's got a Port Jackson type of appearance on his mouth, hasn't
That's
he?
right, yep.
Hey, isn't he nice? Hey? Oh, he's quite rough too.
Look at him. Get him in a bit of a headlock here.
Good on you, mate.
He's not happy.
I
He's
might have
not
to
happy.
cut that hook off, I think.
think
We
so.
can't, yeah, he'll get rid of that in a day in this particular salt water. Mate, I know that you are very, very keen. Just a minute.
Ah! There we go.
Tell you what, isn't he a beauty? He's got some sort of parasite sitting on him there. Isn't he? Look at that. And he's a male?
Yeah, look at the ridges down the back.
That's just
Yes, you're
beautiful.
right, he's a male.
He's
got
a
the
male,
claspers
yeah.
there.
Look at that.
Well, we send him on his
Yeah,
way.
we'll send him on his way. Why not? Off you go, mate.
Big, long tail. Look how long the top lobe of the tail is.
Off you go. Woo, look at him. That's the first time we've had a leopard shark on the show. And he's actually wet the lens. Congratulations. I tell you what, nature is just sensational. You don't want to be here much longer, though. We might just actually move back a little bit, I think, folks. There's some real toothy critters here, north of Arnhem-Land. Well, here I am again, folks. And today I'm with Dan O'Sullivan, who is one of the resident fishing guides at Eco Beach, which is about 6 kilometres that away. And this is your home territory, Dan.
It's a beautiful spot to stretch a beach, this one, Rex. One of my favourite sorts of fishing.
Well, it is for me too. A lot of our folk have seen our efforts in the Gulf of Carpentaria with Greg and Jenny Bethune. And tell us a little bit what we can expect here today.
We're expecting to really find a threadfin salmon, Rex, sort of the blue and the golden. Hopefully we'll see them swimming along here when the sun comes up, Polaroid them, throw a fly at them and have a few on the table by the time we're finished.
Might just look like a bit of a beach to you folks, but there's been plenty of action. Anchovies, little sprat going for their life, something chasing them. That's my territory. Dan, shall we fish? Now, Dan, I've never been fishing in my life. I'm a client. I've engaged your services for the day. And how would you start proceedings?
Well, what's happened here, Rex? We've come to this beach and we've seen some bait fish, we've seen some stingrays. That's usually a good indication that there's some activity going on here. So what we'll be doing is walking along the beach, looking for signs of fish, hopefully spotting these giant threadfin salmon swimming along the water. We won't be blind flogging, we'll actually be holding our rods ready until we see something to throw at.
It's back in the dark ages, folks, where man had to hunt to actually survive. And today, we're just in between hunting and fishing. So we're hishing, or something like that. Let's have a look around that little area there.
Some stingrays just over here. Oh, mate.
What are you on, Dan?
Yeah, Rex, lovely little blue just come up and grab that fly.
Beautifully done, son.
Just
Blue
a little one,
salmon.
but you can see him working that bait there.
Oh, yeah, I can see him. We're going to see what's behind them.
I missed his big brother, but this little one
Oh,
shot
did
out,
ya?
just grabbed it.
Are they relative of the threadfin salmon?
Yes, Rex, I think there's the two species in the threadfin, there's the golden and these blues.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Real little thrasher machine, aren't they? Hold that, mate.
Good on you, fella.
Now, he's got it on a chartreuse clouser. Now, on the way down here in that little truck, you said, if in doubt, put on chartreuse. Why?
Well, it's something Peter Morse taught me early on and when I started fishing.
Is that right? What, if you sort of, if the traditional colours aren't working, you try something just totally out of the blue? I should make a fly with my face on it, mate. That'll be fixing it up, wouldn't they? Fair dinkum.
That's why you need that little bit of leader on the front. Really
oh, yeah?
Tough around the mouth there.
Yeah, serration on the edge. Well, we'll let him go. And that's not a bad start. Away he goes. Well, starting to work, isn't it? There's a little bit of movement over here. I'll have a cast down here, Dan.
Good on you, Rex. You got the next one, mate.
I tell you what, folks, this fish, I think it's a salmon. He hit that particular fly like there was no tomorrow. Oh, gee, they got some power. Big, powerful fins and a big tail and a mighty powerful body to actually put on a good fight. These are hunting machines, and every waking moment that they have, they're on the lookout either to survive or they're on the lookout to really get into something that they want to eat. But I'm also very, very conscious of the fact that when he sees me, he's going to be quite comfortable. When he sees my cameraman Harry in that pair of shorts, oh, he's going to be... Now, you can come in with me, mate. Come on. I don't want to put too much pressure on him, but I don't want him to go out there again either. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, ho, ho. How about that? Now, look at that, folks. Now, that is a nice-sized blue salmon. I saw some of the traditional owners of this particular part of Australia down there handlining these, and a change of colour did it again. Woo, mate, woo, woo, woo. I'll get my Fat Phil's pliers out and...
Nice fish, Rex.
Yeah, isn't it a beautiful fish, Dan? That is a very, very good example of a blue salmon. I'll give him a peck. He can make his way back in, and then we can get on with you, Dan. This is Rex Hunt Fishing Adventures. How you going there, Dan?
Great, Rex. Lovely blue salmon on here,
You
mate.
take a good first run like mine?
Gone a little bit slow now, but that first run must have been 50 metres. It was a lovely... Just in the dying stage of his fight now.
Yeah.
A little bit of a
What's
shark
that behind?
up his tail
There's a shark
there.
up his tail. Look at that, the shark's got him. Well, isn't that amazing? Oh, you greedy, greedy thing. Now, that is actually the law of the sea, isn't it? The law of the sea. And that's what it is, folks. Now, don't squirm at home, kids, or anything like that. This particular salmon, he's out of luck, because that's what happens. Look at that. He's been cut in half by a shark. And one thing I can tell you now, folks, when you get blood going into the sea like that, and you've already seen one shark, you know what steps to take, Dan?
Get out the water.
Big ones in the opposite direction. But that's the law of the land. Look, this has happened since the earth was made. Things eat other things. And things might eat other things. Thank you very much. Let's get out of here. There you are.
Oh, mate, love these little blue salmon.
Aren't they just lovely?
You see that school of those big ones in working close there, Rex?
Yeah, mate. One of them had a look at me a few moments ago. Look at that, just absolutely beautiful. Gee, they're pretty prolific around here, are they?
They are, mate. Especially we've got all this bait here and they'll come in and walk those shallow bits.
Yeah. Look at the size of that mouth. Look at the size of that mouth. I tell you what, they are feeding machines. Serration on their lips and all that sort of stuff. Dan is the man. No doubt about that. Off you go, mate. And away he goes. Well, I tell you what, this is my first experience at Eco Beach Resort, and it is an experience, and it has been right from the start. But some of these things swimming along here, we might need a crane to land them. Dan O'Sullivan's your man if you get up this way. He's put us onto some fish. Why don't you come up? I'm sure he'd like to say good day. Well, folks, the crack of dawn at Eco Beach Resort, just something special. A beautiful brekkie and a 15-kilometre run along some of the best coastline in our great nation. Where on earth are we?
Well, I've brought you up to Yibbida Creek. As you say, it's only about 15 kilometres from Eco Beach, and Dan and Patches, who are the guides there, tell me that this is one of the best places in Western Australia to catch big golden threadfin salmon on fly gear, and that's something I wanted to do all my life. This little part of the creek here, Rex, they actually call it Can't Miss Corner.
What's that again?
Can't Miss Corner.
So when I go looking for these two blokes, Dan and Patches, is it?
That's it.
And the name of the creek again?
Yibbida.
And the name of the corner?
Can't miss.
Thank you very much. Let's see if they're fair dinkum.
Okay.
Because if they're not... Oh, did you see that, Steve?
Nail that.
Did you see that? And what I did, took off the big deceiver, put on a little pink thing with the lead eyes, and just allowed it to sink and had two cranks just near that tree. And thank you, mother, for the rabbits. Oh, gee whiz. He actually inhaled it, spat it out, and came again.
Yep.
Wowee.
Certainly sounds like a salmon. I'll put my money on it being one of these golden threadfin.
He's got some power in him.
Good fish,
Yeah,
Rex.
he wants to go, actually. With a bigger fish, what I like to do, folks, is get the line back on the reel as quick as I can. A lot of you will have seen Stephen and I and Bushy, we're actually we're stripping the line and then we hook a fish and we continue to strip it. You know, lift and just retrieve the line in our hands. But what I like to do with these, particularly when you've got all this artillery over here in the form of mangrove roots and snags, we've got to keep them out of there, so I properly adjust the drag on this particular fly reel, and therefore when he runs he's under a bit of pressure because I can't put the same pressure from my hand because it's just slipping through without that pressure of the drag. Oh, it's a beautiful fish.
Yep.
He might be just about ready for you. Oh, what a super fish, Steve.
He's still got some kick in him. Come on, mate.
Yeah.
I got him.
Oh, what a super fish. Good job.
Oh.
You're the man. You're the encyclopedia, not only the human incinerator, but the walking encyclopedia. Threadfin salmon as against blue salmon. Away you go.
Well, the colour for a start, the blue salmon are that steely grey or blue colour. These guys have got more gold in them and they're very pale on the belly. And these much longer whiskers. The blue salmon have got some whiskers, but look at these. They come out ahead of the pectoral fins here. And apparently they're loaded with sensory organs and taste buds and so forth, and they can actually taste things in the water with them, a bit like a snake uses its tongue.
A lot of the magazines at times have terrific articles on how to release fish. We do a lot of releasing, but it's been a while. We've probably got new people looking at our catch, kiss and release methods, but just run us through the proper way to release a fish.
You do the kissing,
yeah,
and I'll do the releasing.
With an above average chance of the fish surviving.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, you're supporting the weight and that's good.
Yeah, don't hang him up by the bottom jaw, which stretches the vertebrae and puts a lot of pressure on the gills. This bloke's ready to go. Support him under the middle, thumb in the jaw. Now I'm going to put him in the water here, and I'm not going to just immediately let him go. I'm just going to let him get some water back through his gills. Look at the way he's putting those filaments forward now and actually touching my hand with them. That's his version of fingers or a hand that he can reach forward and taste things with. And I'd put money on the fact that that's what he was doing to Rex's fly. When Rex felt that tap tap, oh yeah, he's nice and healthy. The tail's working, he's chewing on my thumb. He's ready to go, and when I'm happy that he's ready to go, just point him in the right direction. And off he goes.
Well done, Stephen. Just there. And
on the tree trunks there, it looks like it might have dropped an inch or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has.
Going to drop now.
Just turned.
Oh, mate, I tell you what.
He hit that and came straight to the surface. I had that fly down a good 6 or 8 feet, I'd say, and he just bolted straight up to the surface.
Oh, nice
look,
fish.
aren't they beautiful?
They are beautiful.
Woo, look at that. Oh, gosh, they're lovely.
Aren't they?
Whoa, he's not finished yet. They sort of save a bit, don't they?
Do. Save a bit for the camera.
Whoa.
Gee, what a nice fish.
Little short shot tippet there.
What a nice fish. Open up your mouth there, mate.
There you
Open
go,
up
you
your
have
mouth there for Rexy.
He's clamped those jaws together, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
You got him.
Beautiful fish.
Well done. Thanks,
Now,
Rex.
look at that fly.
Do you know he had 2 or 3 goes at that, and it's just the softest little tap.
Look at that. And it just actually fell out.
Yep.
Isn't that just fantastic?
Oh,
Your first one on fly, mate.
it is indeed.
Isn't that a beautiful fish?
I've been waiting for this for a long time. Look at these.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Are they unique to Australia?
No, they're found in parts of Southeast Asia as well, and up into the Bay of Bengal near India. Oh,
Yeah.
Rex, they're hitting bait out here. They're definitely around. But they're a wonderful, wonderful fish.
Yeah, there you are. Well, I'll let him go. Give him a bit of a kiss and see if he's okay.
Oh, he's all
Oh,
right.
he's gone just straight away.
Thanks,
well
mate.
done, congratulations. So, on international television, the human incinerator loses his status of never having caught a threadfin salmon on fly. And I tell you what, folks, if I don't hurry up, he's going to be in there on that one, because it's very, very hard talking to you people when there's fish to be caught. Excuse me, folks. This is Rex on Fishing Adventures, but I'm going to catch a fish. He wouldn't have taken both flies, would he?
I don't know, Rex.
Funny things have happened, mate. Funny
This
things
does
have
look a
happened.
bit strange.
Oh, surely he wouldn't have.
Well, my line went strangely slack just before you got on. I'm just wondering if
Have you
he
got
picked-
weight on yours?
Yeah.
And I've got weight on mine. I
I'm
reckon
wa-
he's got both.
He's picked my fly up and swum forward in the water and eaten
I
yours.
reckon, I reckon he's eaten yours and mine's gone past. I thought I'll get on Starling's territory here. And I reckon, folks, if you enjoyed a little bit of a 50 cents each way, you better actually come with us. And Steve's, look at your fly down
Yep,
on the bottom
down
of
on
him.
the side of him
And
there.
look at, now this is a first on television for us. That is incredible that we've both hooked the same fish.
Well, that wouldn't happen again in a million years, Rex.
How about that? Come here, mate. And have a look at that. Bingo. And there's Stephen's fly.
Pick him up on the side, and yours is where it should be.
Oh, look at that. Right in the middle of his gob.
Yep, that'll come out easily.
It will too.
There we go.
Isn't that just fantastic? Well, there you are, folks. It's the Hunt and Starling show. How about that? We'll give him 3 kilo, won't we?
Oh yeah, I'd
say
so.
Beautiful. I'll just let him go. And, oh, he wants to go. Off you go if you want to go. Go on, go on, go on. There he goes. It's as simple as that. Well, I'm actually going to speak to the Premier in Perth tomorrow on the way back to broadcast the footy in Melbourne. We're going to rename Eco Beach Threadfin Salmon Beach. Threadfin Salmon River. I might actually say to the Premier, we'll rename Western Australia Western Threadfin Salmon. I am an idiot, I know, folks, but we have a lot of fun, don't we, Stephen?
We sure do, especially in places like this.
We have a lot of fun. We mean well. Fishing's fun. We hope you too get into fishing, because we enjoy bringing it to you. Eco Beach. You better be quick, because I'm going to book the joint out. Thank you very much.